Hello and welcome to another sound booth tutorial. I'm your host, Daniel Jason Booth, and welcome to part 2 of increasing loudness. Strategy number 2 for increasing loudness. If you haven't already, go and watch my video on parallel compression. Parallel compression, how could we use that to increase loudness? I could think of a million ways to do that. By its very nature, it is actually increasing loudness. It comes in handy especially for things like drums. If you've got a kick drum, you can make a parallel, squash that, and then blend that up underneath. Same thing for your snare drum, same thing for your tom-toms. Anything that needs a bit more consistency to it. Bass guitars, vocals especially. As we discussed last week with serial compression, you can obviously create parallel tracks at the track level. So we've got a kick drum, we copy that kick drum, we squash it using compression with a fast attack. You time the release to whatever sounds best, grabbing enough of the sound with the threshold and then boosting that back up on a separate fader, and you can just blend that back underneath the other track. Obviously, the more you push that, the louder it's going to feel, because it's literally reducing the distance between the peak and the average level by adding in that squash track. What if we then take it from the track level? So we're doing it at the track level, then all those drums are routing into a group, okay? What if we copy the groups out? So we've then got an extra additional layer of adding loudness. You can see how very quickly you can increase loudness quite substantially using that. And then, as you may have guessed, as you get towards the end of your mix, you've got the ability to create a copy of your mix bus and blend a parallel that's also squashed so that you can increase the loudness of your mix. That's one other strategy you can use apart from serial compression. It's not always appropriate. I actually find serial compression to be more effective because it's gradually knocking it down. But there are definitely a lot of instruments that benefit from having that parallel compressed track. There's lots of ways that you can add in these parallel tracks. It's not necessarily something that I would go crazy with, but combine that with the serial compression across the entire mix and you'll get quite a substantial increase in loudness. Good luck with that. Hit me up if there's any questions below, and I'll see you in the next video for the next part. Happy mixing.